बीजेपी काली माता मंदिर में विजिट करती है और दूसरी तरफ जो हरीश सिंगला है शिवसेना के लीडर, और ये वही लीडर हैं जो उस समय प्रो खालिस्तानी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ भिड़े थे, वही लीडर है जिनको शिवसेना ने सस्पेंड कर दिया, वही लीडर है जो बाद में सस्पेंड होने के बाद काली माता मंदिर पहुंचे थे बीजेपी के लीडर्स के तुरंत पहले। आप देख सकते हैं कि सारा काफिला वापस चला गया है। मैं तस्वीरें आपको दिखाएंगे इस तरफ से कि कैसे ये सारा जो ड्रामा हुआ है वो दिखाएंगे। ये काली माता मंदिर का गेट है। यहाँ से तकरीबन 50 मीटर पीछे ये सारा वाक्य हुआ। ये बात कर रहे हैं, हम इनसे बातचीत करेंगे। कोई ऊपर धक्के ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ 'ਚ ਬੜੇ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਢੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਇਹ ਗਲਤ ਅਨਸਰ ਹੈ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹਨੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਦੱਸਿਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਮੱਤਾਵਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ
ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਜਦ ਇਹਨੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਵੀ 2-400 ਜਿਹੜੇ 2-400 ਅਮਨ ਪਸੰਦ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੀ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਲੀਡਰੀ ਚਮਕਾਉਣ ਲਈ, ਦੰਗਾ ਭੜਕਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਗਿਆ। ਹਰੀਸ਼ ਸਿੰਗਲਾ ਔਰ ਪਰਵਾਨਾ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੇ, ਦੋਨੋਂ ਸਰਦਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਲਾਲ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਹਿੰਦੂਆਂ ਦਾ ਦਲਾਲ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਭਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਛਾਤੀ ਫਾੜ ਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗੱਡੀ ਕਿਹਦੀ ਉਹ ਸੰਗਤ ਉਸ ਦੇਖੋ, ਜਦ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੰਗਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਨੀਚੇ ਭੱਜਿਆ। ਪਬਲਿਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਡਿਸਾਰਟਡ ਸੀ ਅੱਜ ਮੰਦਰ ਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸੀ। ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ, ਮੈਂ
ਵਿਪਨ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਏਕਤਾ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਦੂਜੇ ਹਿੰਦੂ
ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਨੂੰ
ਖਰਾਬ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੀ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਅੱਗੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਇਹ, ਔਰ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਨਾ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ 'ਚ, ਅਮਨ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਬਣਿਆ ਰਹੇ ਔਰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਭਰਿਆ ਢੰਗ ਨਾਲ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਧਿਰਾਂ ਨੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਨਿਸ਼ ਕਰੇ, ਐਡਮਿਨਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਪਨਿਸ਼ ਕਰੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨੰਗਾ ਕਰੇ ਚਿਹਰਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਲੋਕ ਆਪਣੀ ਰੋਜੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਲਈ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ, ਵਿਪਨ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਟਰਸਟ ਹਾਂ। ਮੰਦਰ 'ਚ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਹੋਇਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਤੇ ਬੜੀ ਗਹਿਰੀ ਸੱਟ ਹੈ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ, ਆਮ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਗਹਿਰੀ ਸੱਟ ਹੈ। ਬਿਨਾਂ ਦੋ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਕਰਕੇ, ਪਰਵਾਨੇ ਔਰ ਹਰੀਸ਼ ਸਿੰਗਲੇ, ਆਮ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਲਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਪਬਲਿਕ ਦਾ ਭੜਕਾ ਕੇ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਨ 'ਚ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸੀ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੱਢ ਲਿਆ।
और परवाना साथ में,
परवाना भी मिला।
शांति भंग करने की गलती है जी,
परवाने की गलती है, परवाने की 100% गलती है, खालिस्तानी है। ये जान के दलाल ने दोनों, वो हिंदुओं का दलाल है, वो सरदार का दलाल है, दोनों ही दलाल ने है।
सो आप देख सकते हैं कि ये जो मंदिर काली माता मंदिर है जहाँ पे ये सारा वो हुआ है, वहाँ के ये ट्रस्ट मेंबर्स हैं। हम आपको लेके चलते हैं उस स्पॉट के ऊपर जहाँ ये सारा क्लैश हुआ, जहाँ पे सारा का सारा जो क्लैश है वो विटनेस हुआ। उस जगह की तस्वीरें दिखाएंगे, क्योंकि पत्थर देखिए अभी भी ये वही पत्थर हैं जो गाड़ी के ऊपर फेंके गए थे, जो गाड़ी के ऊपर। कहानी कुछ और मोड़ ले चुकी है। ये देखिए ये एक पत्थर गाड़ी के ऊपर। Now you can see these are the stones that were being pelted on the car of the Shiv Sena leader Harish Singla, just because the temple trustees were not trusting on the Harish Singla. Harish Singla was claiming that he came here to take stock of the situation, that what had happened at Kali Mata temple when the clash reported, is there any damage or not. But these people who are taking care of the Kali Mata temple in Patiala, they are alleging that the entire incident happened just because of Harish Singla. He was the one who is being accused by these trust members of the Kali Mata temple. I can show you the visuals. Look at these visuals. Here the car of Harish Singla was being parked, and even all of sudden stones were being pelted just because the people who are inside the temple, they are not very much happy with the Harish Singla's activity, that what had happened in the afternoon. You can see the entire car was broken here. It was being parked, and even wooden rods were being applied on the car to break down the window panes of the car. And you can see these are the broken mirrors of the car of the Harish Singla. You can see this is the anger of the people. On one side, Shiv Sena party has already expelled the Shiv Sena leader Harish Singla. On the other side, this is the anger of the public, and this is the evidence of the anger of the public. They are not very much happy. Who is claiming that he is very much Hindu and who has actually triggered the entire clash among the pro-Khalistani and the Hindu organizations. They were claiming that everything was going in the peace, but there was one pro-Khalistani element, Parwana, and the other is from the Hindu organization, Singla, who is the Shiv Sena leader. They both are the responsible for this entire episode, what had happened in Patiala. And in fact, you can see 4 people injured. One is having the bullet injury. I can show you continuously the visuals of these broken window panes of the car. Here, on one side, BJP was taking stock of the situation. BJP President Ashwini Sharma was here to meet the people, to take stock of the situation, what had happened. But on the other side, when Harish Singla was leaving from this place, from this very much temple, it was the anger of people that was burst out in such manner that they have started breaking and attacked the car of the Harish Singla, who is Shiv Sena leader, who was leading the protest, who has given the call yesterday that there would be an anti-Khalistan march, and to whom the police and the administration has denied the permission to roll out the march in Patiala. Everywhere, even in the police files, even in the administration files, even in the public eyes, Harish Singla is the biggest accused of this entire episode, just because he organized this protest, and later on this entire protest turned into the disaster, and this is the result of the public anger. You can see on the road stones were lying, the stones were pelted on the car of the Harish Singla. Window panes were broken by the people, by the normal people of this temple. Even the trustee members were not happy with the Harish Singla. Still, he is trying to gain his political mileage out of this protest, out of this communal violence, just because he wanted to gain politically. This is the motive, and now the people are very much aware about it. They are openly saying they don't have any kind of clash with the people who basically belong to Sikh organizations. But the Harish Singla and Parwana, these are the two people, these are the two characters who triggered and provoked from the both sides, resulting to such clash. This is all happened, and public is very much aware, and public has already busted on her Singla, and this is how the entire story unrevealed. Earlier there were certain complications, but now one by one, minute by minute, everything is getting clear that how this incident happened and who all are responsible for this incident. Over to studio.
Amandeep, take a big breath there. Of course, you're reporting live on. Let me just tell our viewers, I'll be coming back to Amandeep. I just want to tell our viewers what exactly has happened. Now, Republic TV just showed you pelting which happened at the spot just a few moments back. Fresh round of pelting in Patiala, and also stone pelting at Shiv Sena leader's car. The incident just took place 50 meters from the Kali Mata Mandir, and we showed all of it. Republic TV is the only channel there. We showed you these visuals and reported on this incident. Amandeep got you that story. Now, Amandeep, I want to go back to you. Amandeep, still, when you spoke to the police, no FIR has been registered in the case, has it? What is the police telling you even after all these incidents? Now, we have seen a fresh case of violence just after the BJP delegation visited the area.
Absolutely, absolutely. Police have not lodged a single case. I can show you the visuals, just because we are just standing outside the Kali Mata temple, where the entire episode since afternoon till now happening. This is the most happening place where the violence after violence is being reported. And in fact, the police is so far into a complicated situation, what to do, what not to do. Just because they have taken the complaint from the Sikh organizations, they have taken the complaint from the Hindu organizations, and now they're analyzing the statements, and in fact after that they will register a case. But the point is that public is very much aware that who all are accused of this entire violence, who all are responsible for this entire violence. I request my camera person to kindly show the other side of the temple also, where the people have already gathered, just because the car was fled from this way, car of Harish Singla, Shiv Sena leader, who has been been expelled. Okay, let me explain the viewers that what happened just 5 minutes back. 5 minutes back, what had happened? A BJP delegation reached Kali Mata temple where the entire episode happened since afternoon. And in fact, Harish Singla expelled Shiv Sena leader who was leading the protest in the afternoon, who was very much into the violence and the clash between pro-Khalistani organizations and the Hindu organizations. He was also inside the temple. And in fact, before BJP delegation left, Shiv Sena leader came on the back side of the temple, that side of the temple where the meeting of the trustees were underway. Just because that meeting of the Kali Mata Mandir temple trustee called to have a peace in the Patiala in Hindu organizations as well as Sikh organization. All of a sudden, Harish Singla expelled Shiv Sena leader, intervened into that meeting. All of a sudden, he jumped into the meeting and trying to sympathize the people who were discussing about the peace of the Patiala among both Hindu and Sikh community people. And that was not acceptable. People anguished, people busted, and in fact, he fled from the first floor of this building where the meeting was happening. His car was parked downstairs on the road, and in fact, the people came with the wooden rods as well as the stones, attacked on him. It was a part of the anger of the people just because they know what had happened just because of Harish Singla. What the entire clash between Sikh and Hindu happened in Patiala, that is just because of Harish Singla. And that busted out. The car was parked there, and in fact, stone pelted on the cars, and car window panes were broken, and the car fled from this way with the broken window panes, mirrors, and in fact, even the car, the driver was trying to flee the car, and the people were pelting the stones on the car and using such a language that asking him do not come again to this temple just because he is the one who is responsible for this entire incident. So this is the entire evening. Violence and stone pelting happened. Over to studio.